Hi, I'm Scott Willison, owner of the Confluence Fly Shop in Bellingham, Washington, and today we're going to tie a great little nymph pattern that's kind of a more modern update on an old classic. This is the hot-ribbed hare's ear. So I'm tying this kind of modern or European nymph style. I've got a size 12 Hanak 400 BL hook in the vise, and I have a 3.5 millimeter slotted gold tungsten bead in there. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of additional weight here. I've got seven or 8 wraps of 0.015 lead wire on there. Make sure we really get this down into the zone, and then we're going to go ahead and put some red 70 Denier ultra thread. Get a good base laid down there. And we're ready to get started. So this is a great little choice, you know, either fished as part of a double nymph rig. You can Euro nymph this. You can hang it below a big chubby Chernobyl or very heavily weighted or very buoyant dry fly. Lots of different possibilities with this one, and just like the old classic hare's ear, this thing catches a lot of fish. It's a great all-purpose smaller stonefly, mayfly, caddis pupa. It's just a bug that looks like a lot of different things. So we're going to tie in a short sparse tail of medium Pardo coq de leon. Trim that up, and this is where we get a little bit more radical here. So for the ribbing material, instead of the traditional gold wire or gold oval tinsel, I'm going to use fluorescent orange glow Brite thread. You see a lot of nymphs these days with a hot spot incorporated into the collar or as a tag or with the bead. On this one, our hot spot's actually going to be the rib. So got that in there, and then we're going to go ahead and use the old standby. You can tell just from the label on this, this is a really old, probably late 80s, early 90s package of hairline rabbit, just in the hare's ear color. And we'll go ahead and twist this on. I want to use this to kind of build a taper. That lead underbody is going to help me with some taper as well, but put that on a little bit tighter toward the rear of the hook, and then build that up so we've got a nice tapered abdomen. And I'm going to go not quite all the way up to the bead there. Alright, now before I wind this rib, I'm kind of twisting the material up just to make it a little bit tighter. Doesn't flatten out completely. There. that in place. Now, another departure from the traditional Hare's ear. We're not going to do a wing case. We're not going to do the same kind of thorax here, but I'm building a little dubbing loop here in my thread. We'll get our dubbing twister in, and then we're going to add a nice collar of CDC. This is going to add a lot of movement and bugginess in the water. So I'm just selecting a couple of decent quality CDC feathers here. I've got a Petition clip here. A huge fan of the Swiss CDC multi-clamp, but it is buried somewhere under a lot of stuff on my tying table. Alright, so I've got it in my clamp. I just cut it off the feather there. And then we'll just insert those butt ends into the dubbing loop. I'm pulling tight on my dubbing twister to lock that into place, and then I'm just kind of very, very carefully pushing those ends out before I spin it up so I don't have big butt ends sticking out. Now I've got a nice little hackle, so to speak, of this is just the natural Dun CDC. Uh-oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, but we got real lucky there. My thread broke in the dubbing twister. Alright, so we're already super buggy here. We're going to make it even buggier by adding a little collar of just Peacock Ice Dub. So I've got a sparse amount of ice dub. Here we'll just twist that on the thread. And I've got a little extra that I'm not going to need there, so alright, and then I'm just going to build up a kind of a small collar. I've chosen to use red 70 Denier Ultra thread just to add a little bit of a hot spot collar there. Now to finish this off, I'm just going to brush my thread with Solarez Bone Dry Ultra Thin Resin. Doing it this way, just brushing the thread as opposed to using a bodkin or the brush applicator to protect those thread wraps, just helps keep you from getting resin all over everything and into your CDC hackle and places where you don't want it to be. So a nice clean way to finish a fly. I'm going to trim that thread, and then we'll cure that up. And not sure how well it shows up on there, but you can really kind of see that rib popping through there. The great fly to fish all summer long on your favorite waters, and this will catch you lots and lots of trout. So there you have it, the hot-ribbed hare's ear. You can find the materials for this and many other fly patterns at the Confluence Fly Shop in Bellingham, Washington. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos on tying flies that work well on our local waters. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the water.